Okay, we are live.
Okay.
So give me.
Yes. And Libby texted me this morning. She said, "When are you picking me up?" And I said, "I gotta ask that. What time?"
Well, so you didn't see my text then?
No. Okay. And she said, "Morning, morning." She said, "Meet at the church at 5."
At 5:15.
5:15.
Yeah.
I said, "Okay."
We're leaving by 5:30.
Okay.
I misunderstood what Eileen said. We're not going to eat at Eugenia's. It's either going to be Market Street Grill, I might eat at Food Zen today, or we'll eat at Pizza King.
Oh, yeah.
I figured,
Either one. Yeah. Yeah. That'll be good.
Oh. I don't remember if you did or not. That's the whole thing.
Well, I don't remember that. We're right there with you.
Well, I couldn't find it in my first or my 3D bag. I thought, I wonder if I might have had some. And it's not in my book.
It's, not in the court. I thought I did.
Okay, well, I have.
Maybe it fell down in maybe it fell down in a different pocket or different
I had everything on my first.
crap.
Yeah.
From your 3D bag
And my bag.
and your bag.
Yeah.
Here's my piece. Well, we got up this morning and our house was 60 degrees. Our furnace had quit.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Were you able to get it started again?
No, we called Craig and he walked us through all the steps and it wouldn't start. And he said, "Oh, I'll come after work and fix it." And so Steve just fired up the wood stove. That's always our backup.
Yeah.
Good thing we've got that wood stove when we live in the country.
My folks had a wood stove when they built the house. We had a patio out back, and by the time after my sister and I graduated high school and back to college, they weren't using a patio near as much,
Yeah.
and they decided to make it into a sunroom. Well, because of where the ductwork was in the house, they couldn't really get.
Oh.
Hi, Carrie.
Yes. And there's somebody's red Buick out there.
It's Barbara's. I was going to tell her.
The crashers are.
Yes.
Oh, she must have hit the key fob.
It keeps flashing.
Oh, bless her heart.
Yes, I was going to tell her and I forgot. You guys were talking about the other.
Yeah.
But then they enclosed the patio and made a sunroom. And they couldn't, but because of where the ductwork was, there was really no way. So they put a wood stove in there. Yeah. And like my mother said, they only need the wood stove maybe 2 or 3 months out of the year, because with the house being warm. So will we see you this afternoon, Carrie?
Well, I haven't got my yarn in needles yet. Okay, 7 and 8. And the yarn 4.
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't gotten it yet, but I don't know anything about knitting.
That's okay. You don't have to.
I want to learn.
You know the difference between your right hand and your left hand.
Well, I think so. Sometimes. No. So yeah, I have never. But I've always fascinated. Now, do you crochet too? Or?
I do a little bit. There's a person who crochets
You're
more.
the crocheter. I remember we had a lady that would always come to our house, and she was good friends with my mom, and she could just crochet, and I always admired her for being able to do that.
I see all the cute little animals they crochet.
Do you
on
have
Facebook.
do you have very many
Little
ladies
frogs
that
and
come?
Oh,
bunnies
it,
and-
I think if everybody came, there'd be 7.
Oh,
I do crochet better than I can knit. See, I can't crochet.
Well, you know,
I can knit, but I can't crochet.
it's one of those
how
things.
are you?
High five! I'm just telling the girls this morning, our furnace quit last night. We got up this morning, our house was 60 degrees.
We took our furnace way down.
You're probably holding it
About
too tight.
55 or so.
Holding
Yeah,
the-
and so
holding
this
the
morning
needle
when I
too
got up,
tight.
it was
That'll-
about 56, you know.
And that
We're
can
okay.
happen
Our
with people
house
with
is
either knitting
small,
or
and it's
crochet.
just-
If you hold
real
either the
fast.
needles or the
So-
hook too tight, it'll.
So, did you
Yeah,
call
so, well, I
someone?
called Craig at work.
Oh,
I said, yeah, like Lester.
Yeah.
Furnace quit. So he called back,
Yeah.
and he walked Steve through all the steps.
Well, if you want to join us at the
So Craig said,
library
well, it's probably this and this.
at 1:30, you're welcome to come on Fridays.
So Steve just fired up the wood stove.
oh, I was
Mhm.
gonna say, do you
We're
have
back in the
a
conference
We have a
backup?
wood stove. Yeah, we used it. In fact, we used it for years. when we
People
were
in the,
back
I know how to crochet.
They about
I
took the
don't
whole
enjoy
house for wood
crocheting.
stove.
Craig,
Of course, I learned to knit
And
from
we
my
did too for
grandmother.
about 5 years. and
I
then
taught
Steve
myself to crochet from a
got
book
two shoulders.
because
And then he couldn't cut wood anymore.
they,
And so,
the,
we started just
my-
using furnace, but it was there. and
my,
we got the wood cut,
a
so
sweater I was knitting at
we
the
were- we
time
got it up to
called for
60
you
degrees.
making the button and buttonhole bands in single crochet.
Oh, wow.
I did it. I didn't like the looks of it. I tore it out, picked up stitches and knit bands on.
More masks.
Because it just, there's certain things. I have done a bit of making a baby blanket and putting shell stitch around the edge. One row of single crochet, so I know numbers that are gonna work, and then shell stitch. That I don't mind
When
doing.
we came back second of January,
But
I think, second week of January.
If I'm making
we all were going,
something like a sweater, I'm going to
I don't know.
knit the bands
Now,
on.
will you meet next week for spring break?
Yeah.
Okay.
I started this
Okay.
in the middle, or when
Mhm.
school starts. And then we stopped for the summer.
And when will you
99.
the last? When will you end for summer? About what time?
Probably,
Mhm.
probably the third week in May.
What?
Okay.
about 30 some down, and then I went to all of April and most of May. I put it away. Yeah.
So everybody gets Stephen Gordon located right to her
We
house.
are, and the kids, the grandkids, and of course we've got 2 great grandsons now.
Two great grand. That's right.
Cody.
Well, you know what
How
you
would they
do? You
do
pick up
that?
a different pattern, and then you scatter those 30 squares
For
in
maternity
amongst
leave, she has to
something
go
else.
back.
And maybe you do 2 or 3 other patterns, and just arrange them.
Have a nanny or a daycare
She
or.
has a lady that, doesn't live too far from down that country, that was a
The
teacher.
gang helped me. I was knitting an afghan that was different patterns and different squares. And at one point, I brought them in, and we pushed tables together so I could lay it all out. And then I took I had stitch holders that I could string a bunch of them on. So I strung each row
Where?
and labeled it.
Oh,
Row
so
one,
they live out.
and it always starts,
They just
the
live
way I
right
did it,
around the corner from
the
me
first
in Gray.
Okay. and
stitch,
Andrew,
the first
Andrew lives
square on the
Andrew
thing
North?
was always the left-hand square for that row.
I passed there because my
And me,
brother was a Bippas,
Right.
and so I
Yes,
go
and then-
back.
so then I could
there,
take it
you
home
know,
and
and
put
that's one of the
each
old- the
row
Michael's
together.
farm,
Oh,
so,
yeah, that was, great.
Okay.
So they all, and Troy lives right around the corner from Cody and Nikki, so they're all of us right there.
Oh, okay. And did they all farm? Both the boys? Well, they have a lot of fun.
Lot of fun.
The only thing I don't
Yeah.
master is knitting.
And they have the hall,
Oh.
yeah, and they have a, seed business, they do that seed. So
I didn't know they had hogs. Not, you don't see
Well,
them in hogs.
yeah, and then Pearl,
Pearl.
yeah.
Pearl 12 knit
Kind of been bought up by the big,
And I only started doing that when our kids started
trained that if she doesn't do this, I just keep talking. Well, good morning and happy April Fool's Day.
Oh, forgot about that.
Oh, goodness, yes.
The snow.
And like Cleo said, we got snow. That was an April Fool's not joke. Was not funny. And at home, our furnace quit. And so when I got up this morning, it was 60 degrees in the house. And I thought, oh, my husband just turned the furnace down as a joke. So I went over and I turned it way up and nothing. And I thought, oh, this is not an April Fool's joke. The furnace really did quit. But luckily we have a wood stove for backup. So he fired that up, and so we'll be nice and warm until our son gets here tonight after work and fixes it. All right, well, great getting up morning. It's a Friday, it's April Fool's Day, we have a lot to celebrate. Here we go.
Coming up the judgment very well, very well. I'm going to tell you what's coming up the judgment very well, very well. There's a better day coming very well, very well. There's a better day coming very well, very well. Ain't that great? Getting up morning very well, very well. Ain't that great? Getting up morning very well. Very well, when you see the light flashing, very well, very well. When you hear the thunder crashing, very well, very well. When you see the stars falling, very well, very well. When you hear the chariots calling, very well, very well. Ain't that great? Getting up morning, very well, very well. Ain't that great? Getting up morning, very well, very well. When you see the lightning flashing, when you hear the thunder crashing, when you see the stars a-falling, when you hear the chariots calling, good news, chariots come, good news, chariots come, so glad, chariots come, and come on, be a time. There's a long white robe in the heaven, I know. Long white robe in the heaven, I know. Long white robe in the heaven, I know. I said good news, chariots come, good news, chariots come, so glad, chariots come, and come on, be a time. Ain't that great? Getting up morning very well, very well. Ain't that great? Getting up morning very well, very well. Ain't that great? Getting up morning very well, very well. Ain't that great? Getting up morning very well, very
Last one in. Woo! Yes, indeed. Oh, my goodness gracious. All right. And here we are, Lord, to take care of this wonderful body that you have given us. Remember the other day we read research on the connection between muscles and the brain. And if you have strong muscles, you're going to have a smarter brain. So we're not only just working here for our muscles and strength and balance, we're working for our brain. So, sitting forward on your seat, check your posture. Roll those shoulders back. Your chin parallel with the floor. Ooh, looking good. Now just stay this way. Impossible. All right, arms out at your side. We're going to work our wrists. Got to keep our wrists strong and flexible. Fingertips up to the ceiling, down to the floor. Up to the ceiling. I think companies are making lids tighter and tighter. Because I have a harder time getting lids off of almost everything. My husband tries, I try. And then we get out the wrench. That's true, Theo. Everything that is packaged is harder to get open, yeah. Now, right fingertips up, left down, and now switch, and switch, and switch, and rest. Let's work on the ankles for stability, balance, strength. We're going to put our hands on the outside of that knee. We're going to try to keep the leg steady. We're going to make the ankle roll that foot to the outside and then lower the foot down to the floor and roll to the outside and down to the floor. And one more, roll to the outside and down to the floor. Now the harder part, hands on the inside, roll to the inside and back down to the floor, and roll to the inside and back down to the floor, and roll to the inside and back down to the floor. I need to have somebody look and see if I'm even lifting my foot on that side, because it doesn't feel like it. I work way too hard. All right, left leg, hands on the outside, roll to the outside, and back down. And roll to the outside, and back down. And one more if you can, roll, and back down. Now to the inside, roll to the inside, and back down, and roll to the inside, and back down, and one more time, roll to the inside, and back down. Whew. All right, shoulder blade press, fingertips under the chin. We're going to take both arms back at the same time, keeping them level, and squeeze those shoulder blades, which really helps to open your lungs and get more air. Now, fingertips back under the chin. A good one to do this time of year with this temperature going crazy. 71 day, 40 the next day. You never know. I just keep my winter coat and my spring coat on the hook, side by side, because you never know. And one more. And back under the chin and down. All right. Boy, we're going to really work the shoulders this morning. Hands out to the side. We're going to do our little teeny tiny circles starting as slow as you can go. And now medium-sized circles, as slow as you can go. If you need to rest, you know you can. And now big circles, as big as you can make. And now we're going to go in the opposite direction and unwind. So big circles, opposite direction, and medium-sized circles, and little teeny tiny circles. You feel anything yet?
Yes.
And down. Now to release some of that tension we put in there, just slowly bring your shoulders up towards your earlobes and back down. And if you can touch your earlobes, that's pretty fantastic. Earrings, no, earrings don't count. And down. And now just the right shoulder up and back down, and the left, and back down. Feels good. All right, isometrics. Another one to build up these upper shoulder muscles. Hands on the inside of your legs, And we're gonna press our knees and hands against each other, but they're not gonna move. But you're gonna really feel the tension go up into your upper arms and even maybe across your neck. So here we go. Push. 1, 2, 3, 4, relax. And again, push. 1, 2, 3, 4, relax. One more time if you can. Push. 1, 2, 3, 4, relax. On the outside, you're going to feel it a little differently. Get ready. Push. 1, 2, 3, 4, relax. And again, push. 1, 2, 3, 4, relax. And one more time, push. 1, 2, 3, 4, relax. Lynn says it's time to scoot back. All right, sitting back on our chairs, we're going to take both legs up. We're going to start working those ankles again and our thighs, and we're going to point those toes forward and bring them back. And forward, back, forward, back. Now just the right toe forward. Now the left. And just switch them and alternate back and forth. And one more time. And down. Good job. All right, side bends. This is for your intercostal muscles that hold your rib cage together. So we're going to slowly bend down, lean down to that right side. Just let gravity pull your arm slowly down. And then back up, down to the left. And this time when you go down to the right, the left arm comes up and fingertips point to the ceiling. And then opposite side. And this time, that left arm can curl over your head, and the fingertips can point down to the floor. And one more. I still need to develop Velcro pants. On that one, I just keep sliding. If I keep going, I'm going to end up on the floor. I don't know why that happens. All right, climb the ladder. We haven't done this one for a while. We're climbing Jacob's ladder. Or we're climbing the ladder to the loft in the barn to see the baby kittens. And reach, really, 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 really stretch, and then come back down. And then one more time up. Just stretching those arms slowly, slowly, slowly. Just a little higher, and a little higher, and a little higher, and then back down. I now know what the little spoon with the little prongs, I think it's for spaghetti.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what that is? It works wonders in getting things off the top shelf.
Yep.
Oh, I've learned that. All right, painting the walls. So you can either put your fingertips on your shoulders, or you can lace them behind your head, doesn't matter. And we're gonna circle that right elbow and arm, and then reverse. And now the left. And reverse. And now both. And reverse. And down. Woo. Wow, that was a good exercise. All right, sitting sideways on our chair. Gonna sit sideways with one leg and one hip off the chair, up on those toes, about right under the hip. And then we're gonna swing that leg out to the front, bring it back. It's like opening and closing a gate. And back. And swing open. And back. Move that foot out to the front and lay it on its side. Hold on to the chair. And lift. And 2, 3, and 4. Now the leg out to your front. And again, that inner thigh stretch to strengthen those inner thigh muscles for steps. And walking, 3, and 4. Now we get to stretch it out. So just slide it all the way back, lean forward. Bring it back under the hip. And one more good stretch. Feels so good. And back. Now, sitting crosswise on the chair, you're going to take this outside arm and bring it across the chest and hold on, sitting up straight. And we're going to bend down and lower that outside shoulder to your outside knee. Great one for the lower back and the waist and the hips. Again, dip down towards that knee. And back up. And one more if you can. And back up. All right, fingertips under the chin. We're going to take that arm back. Follow the fingertips with your eyes. Opening up that peripheral vision. Working your eyes, twisting at the waist. Today you need to be a defensive driver. And down. Now we'll switch, turn around. Other hip off the chair and the leg up on the toes. And we're going to swing that gate open and close. 2 and close. 3 and close. Leg out front, foot on its side, hold on to the chair, and lift. And 2 and 3. Leg out front, inner thigh stretch. 1, 2, 3. Now we get to stretch it out. Slide it all the way back, lean forward, and really stretch. It's a good one for the back too. And under the hip, and then lean forward and stretch. And back. All right, sitting sideways on the chair. Sitting up straight, bring that arm across the chest, hold on to the chair, and we're going to lean that that outside shoulder, down to that outside knee, and back up. And down for 2, and back up. And one more if you can, down for 3, back up. Fingertips under the chin, arm goes back slowly, follow it with your eyes, and back, and around for 2, good job, and one more, 3, and down. Woo. All right. What we're going to do now is do a little bit of work on our breathing, because this is the time of year with the temperature going up and down and the pollen starting to come out, things are blooming. So I feel sorry for the little flowers that were starting to come on. But anyway, so we're going to first of all do our complete hookup for the brain. So we're going to take our right foot, place it on top of the left, and then our arms out front. Now the key to this one is your left arm has to be on top. Lace the fingers and bring them up, and at your own speed, take 3 deep belly breaths. And then unwind. Good, 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 good. The last couple of things we're going to do are for the lower back. And the one we're going to do first of all is the scoop. So we're going to take our hands together, and we're going to go down, and we're going to pick up some snowflakes. And
No.
and get rid of them. Wish it was that easy. And now we're going to go down and pick up a pile of Easter eggs. Colored. Maybe chocolate Easter eggs. That would be even better.
Fairy chocolate.
Cadbury, caramel, and chocolate. Oh, it just gets better and better. Last thing we're going to go down and pick up then is a big rock. And it is so heavy. Oh my goodness gracious, it is so heavy. Oh. And throw it over. Yay. One of the best exercises you can do if you have sciatic or if you have lower back issues. Just take time during the day to do that once or twice a day. The other one that's one of the excellent ones for the lower back is our thigh hug. So we're going to take our arms, we always start with our arms up in the air, hallelujah, praise the Lord, down to that right leg, bring that right arm under, and squeeze your chest and thigh together, opening up that back. Letting those little cushions get some oxygen and some blood so that they don't dry out and crumble. Down to the left leg, arm under, grab that wrist and squeeze. Feels so good. Arms up, one more time, down to the right thigh, right arm under, grab it, and squeeze, and up, and down to the left, and grab, and squeeze, breath of God. When we worked on our breath this morning, we talked about how important it is to just take time during our day and just stop and consciously be aware, be present, feel God's presence in His breath.
Fill me with life anew, that I may love what Thou dost love, and do what Thou wouldst do.
Take 2 deep breaths.
Breathe on me, breath of God, until my heart is pure, until my will is one with Thine, to do and do.
1 deep breath.
Breathe on me, breathe on me, so that I'll never die. Breathe on me, breathe on me, let me get lasting life, everlasting life. Breathe on me, breath of God, till I am wholly Thine, until this earthly part of me grows with Thy fire divine. Until this earthly part of me glows with Thy fire divine. Breathe on me.
Amen. Amen. Thank you for joining us on Facebook, and we will be back on Monday. Hopefully.